Hi, I'm Molly and welcome to Dirty Moms Yoga. We're doing a Vinyasa style class today, which means flow, so putting a lot of movements together back to back. And we're going to focus on pyramid pose today, actually. So with that, we have a couple props we are going to need. Blocks if you are having issues with coming down towards the floor, if you can't get your hands to the floor, blocks or books are really good friends for you. I do recommend a strap of some sort. You can use a belt, you can also use even a towel, anything at home that you have. And then I am going to start my beginning with a bolster as well. You can use a pillow or anything just laying around your house just to lay on that's nice and comfortable. Because it's a Vinyasa style, I'm going to give you two options on your flow, whichever you feel is more comfortable with. So once we plant our hands and we step out into a high plank, I'm going to give you two options. So variation one from your high plank is to drop those knees down, untuck your toes, and look up for cow. And then really curve into yourself, drawing the navel up to the ceiling for cat. You can do a couple round of those before tucking your toes and pushing back into a downward facing dog. So that's option one. Option two, if you're maybe a little bit more intermediate or advanced, from your high plank, you can either lower down in your Chaturanga Dandasana from the high plank, hugging those elbows in. You're going to tilt forward ever so slightly so your shoulders are in front of your wrists, and then you're going to slowly lower down, trying to find a 90-degree angle with the elbows and shoulders before you lower all the way into your cobra, and then pushing back into your downward facing dog. Now the only difference that changes for some of you who can't do maybe the full lower, it's what I like actually, it's my favorite style, is dropping the knees. Find a nice long diagonal out of your spine, hugging those elbows in slightly, and then lowering yourself down this way. This is a little bit easier on your shoulders. It continues to build your strength before you can go into the full lower on your high plank. From there, then you'll go into your cobra, tucking the toes, and go into downward facing dog. So those are your options. Do what feels best for your body. You'll notice that cat-cow is a little bit faster, so you will be holding your down dog maybe a little bit longer, but feel free to do what it is that your body needs, okay? With that, of course, as always, make sure you subscribe, like, and share, and leave a comment below. I love comments. I always try to respond, so if you have a question, it's a good time to post it below, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Okay, with that, let's begin. So I am going to use my bolster today as we're going to start in Supta Baddha Konasana, a reclined bound angle. I'm going to take my bolster or a pillow. I'm going to sit myself right up against it. The soles of my feet are going to come together and my knees are going to fall gently to the side. If this is uncomfortable for you, that's where those blocks will come in. Ooh, I just had a nice little power surge there. Holy moly, real life. You can take those blocks and just allow your knees to rest on them. Okay? So, go ahead and lay on back. Allow those palms to face up towards the sky. Shoulders are going to relax and fall down, opening up the chest. And just take a couple deep breaths, slowing it down. Deep breath in and slow exhale. Allow everything just to melt to the earth. I'm going to give you a little mantra or intention if that's something that you like. So stay where you are and just listen. Whatever comes, let it come. What stays, let it stay. What goes, let it go. What goes, let it go. Focus in on those words. What is it that you need to let go? What is it that should stay? One more big deep breath in. Expand those lungs and those abdominals. Exhale and deflate. One more time. Inhale and expand. Exhale and deflate. Slowly allow your knees to come together. You can use your hands if need be. Slowly and carefully roll off of your prop if you're laying on one into a fetal position. With the strength of your top arm, push yourself up half the way. Lower arm pushes you up the rest of the way. Find yourself in a nice, comfortable seated position for a moment. Move that prop and grab your strap. Roll on down, hug those knees to your chest. Allow the left leg to fall long. Activate the quad by lifting up the kneecap and engage those toes by lifting the toes up towards your nose. Hug the right knee into your chest. Roll it around, open up that hip. Take your strap and place it around the ball of your foot and kick your foot up towards the ceiling, holding high on those tails on the strap, and then pull the strap down towards the floor. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Keep that left leg engaged. And if you're not quite there on a straight leg, that's okay. Feel free to bend that knee until you feel the openness in those hamstrings and in the calf. If you feel pain behind your knee at all during class, please add a little bend into that knee to protect yourself. Take both straps into the left hand and slowly allow your leg to fall over to the left just as far as is comfortable till you feel a nice stretch into the IT band, maybe the hip. Right arm can rest out to the side. Pull that foot as close to you as possible. That left leg is still engaged. Inhale that leg back up to center. Switch hands on your grip on your strap and then allow that leg to fall open to the side. You can take your left hand, place it on top of that left hip to firmly plant it down into the mat. Bring that foot up towards you as best you can. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale that leg back up to center. Undo that strap and allow the leg to fall long, meeting down to the left, and shake it out. Activate that right leg and hug the left knee into your chest. Roll it around in its socket a little bit, warming up the hip. Take your strap, place it around the ball of your foot, and kick that foot up towards the ceiling, pulling on those tail ends down towards the floor. You want to reach high up on those tails and pull down. Bring those toes back towards your nose and both legs. Lift those kneecaps to engage the quads and really think about drawing that navel in and up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and pull a little bit closer to your face. Take both tails now into the right hand. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Reach on over to the right side this time. Keep that right leg nice and active. This leg for me is a little bit tighter today. I can feel it behind my knee, so I backed off just a little, making sure I have a nice slight little bend in my left knee that I'm not hyperextending. One more deep breath in and exhale. Inhale the leg back up to the ceiling, switch hands. Now the tails are in the left hand and open up to the side. Right hand is going to the hip, pressing firmly down so that the hip is planted into the mat. Both legs are active. Shoulders are pressing into the mat. Keeping space between your shoulders and ears, allowing the neck to relax. Deep breath in and exhale. Inhale the leg back to center. Undo that strap and allow the leg to fall long and shake it out. Hug those knees in and we're going to grab just behind the hamstrings and we're just going to do a little rock and roll. Curl up into a little ball and rock until you get yourself into a nice position seated on top of your mat, on your sacrum, and allow the legs to fall long in front of you. Right leg active. Left leg is one of my favorite, Janushirsasana, head to knee pose. Sole of my left foot is going to press into the inner thigh of my right leg. If you're not there yet, you can come down lower. Sorry, I got hair on my nose here. Woo. You can either press your left sole into your calf. You can even come out to the side as well. So whatever is comfortable for you. Otherwise, find length out of your spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and fold over that front leg, that right leg, drawing the shoulders away from your ear. Feel the length in the front body. This is head to knee pose, but I like to think head to foot pose. So I feel the length in the front body. Deep breath in. And exhale, deepen into your pose. Inhale and slowly walk yourself back up and switch sides. Left leg long, right leg this time. My right sole of my foot is pressing firmly into the left inner thigh. Inner thigh is pressing into my sole of my foot. And I can either bring it low below my knee, or I can either bring it out to side. I can always do the stretch that way as well. So find length out of your spine. Inhale, find length. Exhale and forward fold. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose, or really head to foot. Deep breath in. Exhale and deepen yourself into that pose. Find a nice, comfortable stretch. An openness in the back of the leg. Inhale and slowly walk yourself back up. Shift those legs to the side and find yourself in a nice tabletop position. Hands and wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Knees are underneath your hips. Tuck those toes and hover those knees just a few inches off the mat. Think about really firmly pressing the hands into the floor and pull the navel into your spine up to the ceiling. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Push into those hands, lift the sacrum up to the sky into a downward facing dog. Feel free to bend those knees as deep as you'd like. You can even open up the feet to the width of your mat if that's how your body feels today. Deep breath in and just walk back and forth, dropping one heel down and then the other, stretching the calves, opening up the feet and the ankles. Don't forget about your hands. Firmly press the hands into the mat, making an L with the thumb and the first finger and hugging those biceps next to your ears. Inhale and lift up high up on those toes. Look between those hands and walk your feet to your hands for a forward fold Uttanasana. Hug either elbow and just sway and bend those knees, loosening up the spine. Come back to a neutral position. Bend deeply in those knees now and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. The head is the last to come up. Roll those shoulders up, back and down. Open up the palms to the front of your mat for Tadasana or mountain pose. Root down from your big toe to your pinky toe to your heel, and your heel to your big toe. Nice triangle base. Both feet lift up those toes, might help you feel it a little bit better. And then spread those toes wide and plant them onto your mat. Dip the pelvis down. Reach towards your feet. Reach those hands up overhead into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Really drop that pelvis down. Hug the lower rib cages in. And hug those biceps next to your ear. Now in this pose, if it's easier, you can take a block between your knees. It helps with alignment on your knees if that's an issue for you. Or if shoulders are an issue, you can hug that block between those hands and really reach it up towards that ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Deep breath in, exhale, allow the head to fall down towards the mat. Place blocks under those hands. If those hands aren't reaching the mat, that's okay. Inhale, press firmly into those blocks or to the shins and come half up. Hug those shoulder blades to your spine. Find a nice flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your hands and step back into a high plank. Here's your option of Vinyasa. So you can either stay here and lower down, or you can go into cat-cow by dropping your knees. I'm going to drop my knees into a nice diagonal. Hug those elbows in. Slowly lower yourself down to your mat. Untuck those toes. Roll the shoulders down your back. Push yourself up into a cobra. Exhale, lower. Tuck those toes. Inhale. Exhale and push yourself into downward facing dog. Really drop those heels down. Try to straighten the knees the best you can. If you feel a roundness in your back, you can place blocks under your hands or bend those knees nice and deeply and really think about lifting the sacrum to the sky. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, hug the knee to your nose. Step the foot between your hands. Step the left foot back a couple inches. Allow the left toes to have about a 60-degree angle or point up towards the left corner edge of your mat. Slowly walk yourself up to Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. I'm really grounding down in the back. Knife edge of my foot, or really it's on the side. I'm drawing my right hip bone back, left hip bone right hip bone back, left hip bone forward, hugging those lower ribs in. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Bend deeply into that right knee, making sure not to go over those toes. Inhale, straighten that right knee. Take your hands to your waist, feel the length in the front body. Kick the pelvis back and slowly fold over into that front foot pyramid, Parsvottanasana. Only go as far as is comfortable. Watch out for that right knee that you're not hyperextending. If you'd like, you can keep your hands on your hips for a nice warming pose, or you can take the blocks right underneath your shoulders and you can place your hands there. That's more of a cooling version. Deep breath in, exhale, go a little bit further. Be gentle, it's only our first one. Inhale, press into that foot. Allow yourself to bring your hands back down and find yourself in a nice high plank. Find your vinyasa, either cat-cow or hug those elbows in and slowly lower down into a cobra. We will meet you in downward facing dog. I'm losing everything today. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose. Step the foot between your hands into Warrior One. So shorten up your stance. I'm going to fix my pack. Shorten your stance. Allow the right toes to come into an angle on the right edge of your mat. Arms up overhead. Really draw the sacrum down. Draw the pubic bone up. Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale the arms up high, draw the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, straighten that front leg, bring your hands to your waist, find length out of the front body, and slowly fold forward over the left leg into pyramid pose. Again, if you have those blocks nearby, place them right underneath your shoulders and feel the length, press into them, feel the length in the front body. Really draw the left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Inhale and exhale, fold forward a little bit more. Remove those blocks, bend into the front knee, find yourself back in your high plank. Drop the knees down if you'd like. Hug those elbows in and slowly lower yourself down. Cobra pose if this is the vinyasa that you've chosen. Otherwise, continue with the cat-cow and we'll meet you in downward facing dog. Deep breath in and exhale, drop those heels down. Inhale, come high up on those toes, look between your hands and walk your feet to your hands to a forward fold. Drop the pelvis down, lift those arms up for chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale and exhale, lower the pelvis down a little bit further. Inhale, press into those feet and come to standing, hands to heart center. It's a deep breath in. And an exhale. Drop the pelvis down, Utkatasana, chair pose. Again, make sure that those knees are not coming in or out. You can always hug a block between your knees, or you can place a block between your hands. Deep breath in, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, press into those shins or those blocks. Find a flat back from the sacrum out to the crown of your head. Really draw that navel in and up. Exhale, forward fold, plant those hands, step the left foot back, then the right foot into a high plank. Follow the vinyasa that feels best for you. I'm going to hug my elbows in, slowly lower myself down, roll the shoulders away from my ears, and press into my palms into a cobra. Slowly lowering myself down, tuck those toes, and then push yourself into a downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and really lift that sacrum up to the sky. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose, step the foot between your hands. Shorten your stance by bringing the right foot in just a little bit and slowly walk yourself up for Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Draw the left hip bone back, right hip bone forward. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. Really lift that pubic bone up and drop that sacrum bone down. Inhale, straighten that front leg. This time reach long with those hands, flat back forward, feeling the length in the front body. Go as far as you can. Add those blocks if you need to. Continue to reach the left hip bone back. Deep breath in. Exhale and forward fold over that left leg. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, bend into that left knee. Plant your hands and step back into a high plank. Follow the vinyasa that feels best for you. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, drop those heels, lift that sacrum, and press firmly into those hands. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose and step the right foot between your hands. Shorten that stance with that left foot and slowly walk yourself up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Really draw the right hip bone back, left hip bone forward as best you can. Drop that sacrum down. Lift up into that navel and draw the shoulders away from your ears. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Reach long out of that spine, flat back over that right leg. As far as you can, place those blocks under the shoulders and place your hands on there if that's comfortable. Otherwise, reach down to the floor. Deep breath in and exhale. Check in with that right knee, making sure it's not hyperextended, lifting up those kneecaps, including that left leg. Keep it active. One more deep breath in. Exhale a little bit deeper. Bend into that front leg, plant those hands, and step yourself back into a high plank. Drop those knees if you'd like, or cat-cow. Follow through on your vinyasa. That feels best for you. You guys are lucky this time. We're going to cut it short so you don't get another chair pose, but keep working on it. I actually really love chair pose. It's a challenging one. So from here, reach up high up on those toes. Exhale, drop those knees down and find yourself in child's pose. Big toes touching together. Knees can go wide and allow your head to rest down on the floor. Arms are relaxed. Think about your sacrum reaching down long towards those toes. Slowly roll up, shift over, sit down, and we're going to bring those soles of the feet together to Baddha Konasana, bound angle. Feel the length out of your spine. Really press those soles together and allow those legs to fall out to the side. Take a deep breath in, exhale, and forward fold over those feet. The toes are activated, so I'm really pressing the ball mounts of my feet together and splaying my toes wide. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and go a little bit further. Inhale and slowly walk yourself back up. Exhale, reach those legs in front of you long, Paschimottanasana. Bring those feet back towards you, lifting those kneecaps. Feel the length out of your spine. And slowly fold forward. Feel the length in the front body, just as you feel length in the back body. And draw the shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in and exhale. This one feels really good. Slowly roll yourself back up. Shift the pelvis towards your heels, and we're going to lower down in a 10 count. So really hug those knees in. You can grab the behind of your hamstrings if you'd like. Hug that navel in, round into your spine, and slowly lower in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, we made it. Hug those knees in one more time. Rock it back and forth. Do what feels best for you right now. If you want to add a little extra twist, feel free to do so, or you can continue rocking, giving your sacrum a nice, gentle massage. One more self-Lagapanasana. Hug those knees in and slowly unroll yourself into Shavasana, allowing everything to fall long on your mat. Legs are nice and relaxed out to the side, palms facing up, allowing the body to melt down towards the floor. Allow the breath to come naturally. Close your eyes. Check back in with that intention in the beginning. Be whatever comes, let it come. Whatever stays, let it stay. What goes, let it go. Take a deep breath in and slow exhale. Let it go. Wiggle out those fingers, wiggle out those toes. Reach those toes long, the hands come up overhead and stretch. Hug those knees into your chest and slowly roll over into a fetal position using your bottom arm as a pillow. With the strength of your top arm, push yourself up halfway. It's the bottom arm that pushes you up the rest of the way, and find yourself in a nice, easy seated position. Grab that bolster if you'd like to add a little additional height, opening up the hip flexors. Hands come to heart center, thumbs are resting gently onto the sternum. Deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. Thank you for joining in today. A little wild class today with lots of hiccups, but that's life. Life sometimes has those hiccups. It's how you handle those hiccups. That's what we all need to focus on. Instead of focusing on the bad, I could have stopped class, but I chose not to. The show must go on. Life must go on. Always remember, whatever comes, let it come. What stays, let it stay. What goes, let it go. Take another deep breath in. Exhale and slowly lower your chin to your chest. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for staying with me throughout the hiccups. Namaste.